Hi there. Today I thought I'd just give you a little overview about cravings. It's a topic that comes up a lot. A lot of people experience cravings, and I've been asked to write a post. I just haven't had the time, so I thought a video is probably something that you find useful as well. Now, everybody experiences cravings at one stage or another. It is absolutely normal. The only couple of things that you need to ask yourself, obviously, is why. What are the reasons behind, and how you deal with them, obviously. Now, first of all, I would say that the most important thing to do is to have a little look at your diet in general and be honest about it. I mean, is your diet lacking in something? Scientifically, it has been proven that specific cravings can be associated with lack of nutrients. I'll give you an example. For instance, magnesium. It's a very, very important mineral. It does a lot of things in the body, is involved in a lot of processes, and yet most people are deficient in magnesium. It is one of the most common deficiencies I see in clinic as well. And a very sort of not so good source of magnesium, but that has been associated with the magnesium deficiency is chocolate. Now, if we're talking about dark, very good quality, at least 75% cocoa, chocolate, I'm happy for you to go ahead and satisfy your cravings in moderations. However, there are many other better sources of magnesium. For instance, green leafy vegetables like spinach or kale, but also nuts, seeds, beans, and fish actually as well. So first look at that, look at your diet. Are you craving fatty foods? You could be lacking in essential fatty acids, especially omega-3s. I know you've heard of omega-3s, they're out there all the time. Now, good sources of omega-3s are oily fish, like salmon, sardines, mackerel, but also flaxseed oils, and walnuts, especially if you're looking for vegetarian sources. But you could be craving really sugary, high sugary foods. This has been associated with a lack in chromium, again, that can be found in better sources like nuts and seeds and green leafy vegetables as well. So have a little look at the diet first. Is your diet really high in refined carbohydrates? We know that these spike blood sugar levels really, really quickly. And what happens is that you feel energetic there and then, you feel better, you're satisfied, your cravings for sugar, but your energy levels are gonna come crashing down very, very quickly, and then it's a what I call the Cookie Monster cycle, a vicious cycle, and you keep reaching for the sugar, and your blood sugar levels are going up and down all the time. So swap your carbs for complex carbohydrates, whole grains, plenty of vegetables. Don't fall into the trap of the cookie monsters, right? But also it could be that you've started a diet. Perhaps part of your New Year resolutions were to kind of eliminate this and eliminate that, and you're not going to do sugar anymore, okay? No more chocolate, no more alcohol, whatever it is. And now you are finding yourself, facing foods that is probably bland and boring. And it doesn't really have to be that way. So if you're stuck in a rut, go out there, look for inspirations, buy yourself a nice recipe book. This is obviously complex, and it would require another massive video to go, into the New Year's resolution. And is it really attainable? Is it possible that you can eliminate everything and still feel happy about your diet, or happy in general? I'm against all of this. So I would say, go for a more sort of rational and achievable approach. And back to food, perhaps your food is lacking in flavor, so spice it up. Use herbs, use lemon juice, use pepper, you use fresh ginger, spice it really up, and see, a healthy food doesn't have to be boring, right? So that you don't end up craving, the crisps or the really salty stuff. But there could be other things that play an important part in cravings, and one is fatigue. Are you tired? Are you sleeping enough? Perhaps you I've been working late at night, or you've got young children that they don't, let you have a proper night of rest. These are things that you really need to address, because when we are tired, the body is lacking in energy, and it will ask you for food as an energy source, right? And so you must make those a priority, right? Like sleep. But you could be stressed. Stress is also a big factor, and it's interesting. When we're stressed, we don't automatically reach for the steamed broccoli or the carrots. Not at all. We tend to make unhealthy choices when we're under pressure, and we have a lot of things to be faced with, to cope with, and rushing around everywhere. So we need to find other ways to cope with the stress, with whatever life is throwing at us at any given moment. There are better ways and better answers that are not, coming from the fridge, so to speak. But you could be also experiencing hunger. You could be hungry. So ask yourself, what is it that I had again, before my cravings? What was the meal before? So if I'm craving mid-afternoon, how was my lunch? So we're going to look at that. Again, was it a satisfying meal? Was it a nutrient-dense meal? Were there proteins there? Have I, made sure that I had plenty of carbs, plenty of fiber to keep me full, and all the rest of it? So if it's really, really hunger, then go ahead, choose a healthy snack if you can, and eat. But what if it's not real hunger? What if the hunger you are experiencing is more sort of an emotional hunger? I mean, physical hunger, it's a signal from the body. You start to feel lightheaded and your stomach is really calling for food, right? Whereas emotional hunger is totally different. And, there could be foods that you have associated with different emotions. If you were rewarded as a kid with foods, for instance, or with sweets, then you might be craving those foods. And, this is an interesting part, when I use the coaching process during the consultation, when we explore these things with clients, and emotional eating, it's really, really something to look at, so to address if that is the case for you. But you could simply be bored, right? So you're in the house, it's raining outside just like today, you don't know what to do with yourself, so you eat, you just reach for whatever snack you've got. And in this case, well, this is an easy one. Distract yourself, pick up the phone, call a friend, go out, go shopping, I don't know, hoover, clean. I clean the house as a stress buster, really. It keeps me busy, and you get good results at the end, and everybody is happy. So distraction, right? So to recap quickly, cravings are normal. Don't be discouraged. We all experience them. Why you crave things in the first place is what you have to think about, and how you deal with the cravings. So look at your diet first. Make sure your diet is sound, right? Make sure you're fueling your body with what the body needs, and not empty calories, not refined carbohydrates that will let your sugar levels, blood sugar levels go up and down, and your energy levels up and down. If you're tired, find ways to deal with that. Whatever it is that you need to address, look at that. If you're stressed, it's actually the same. And learn to distinguish between real physical hunger and emotional hunger. If you haven't had a look at my blogs recently, I wrote a blog about this last year. Can't remember exactly when, but have a little scroll through, and you might find some inspiration there. And if you are bored, again, you know what to do. You need to distract yourself, go out there and do something else. This is all from me for now. Until next time. Bye.